Hey everyone, we are live at 5. I'm Paul Wontorek. It is Friday, April 6th.
Friday, TGIF, and I am Ryan Lee Gilbert.
And we are joined by social media manager Caitlin Gallup.
Hi, everyone.
And
Happy
a
Friday.
fantastic guest.
Such a wonderful guest. We have Valerie Simpson from Chicago joining us in a little
Solid
bit.
like a rock.
Yes.
Her Broadway debut is Solid Like a Rock.
So cool.
And we're going to talk to Valerie, but first let's do today's top 5.
All right, first up, we got casting today for Jesus Christ Superstar at Chicago's Lyric Opera.
Yes, so it's impossible to just not talk about Jesus Christ Superstar at this point. So, Jesus Christ Superstar, this revival, directed by Timothy Sheeter, choreographed by Drew McConey. We were talking about this a little. So it's been in London, won the Olivier last year for Best Revival. Now that same production, it's the Regent's Park Theater production, is headed to Chicago, playing their Lyric Theater, and we got some casting.
But what's confusing is they also announced that this production will go on tour.
Yes.
But not necessarily with this cast.
Exactly. So
this
is the Chicago sit-down cast for a little bit before the tour that happens in fall of 2019. So we have Ryan Shaw, Heath Saunders, who was in Jesus Christ Superstar Live in Concert. He was one of the ensemble members there.
Okay.
We also have Joe Lampert, who is amazing. And then
she was in that Joan of Arc musical.
Yes, off Broadway. And then some of the, have you heard of Postmodern Jukebox? Have you watched Postmodern Jukebox?
I love those videos.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of those guys are joining. You have Michael Kilgore, Michael Cuneo.
He was also in the ensemble Jesus Christ Superstar.
He was, yes.
Sorry, and the Wiz Live.
No, yeah. Sean Fleming, and I don't know if it's Cavan or Cavan Cornwall. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But yeah, so cast announced, and it begins April 27th, so very soon, and will be playing at the Lyric Theater in Chicago through May 20th.
All right, so something that our office is very, very excited for. They are turning Empire Records into a musical.
Empire Records.
Are you excited about this?
This is interesting. It's a movie that somehow I never
I'm not
saw.
super attached to it.
1995, this movie came out. Now, the funny thing is,
Zellweger's in it.
You know, I do love Maxwell Caulfield.
Oh yes,
and he
absolutely,
was, and everyone talks about how he was in it, but I'm more of a Grease 2 Maxwell Caulfield person.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, but people love him in this too. But it's a very popular movie. It's about a bunch of employees at an independent record store.
Right.
And it's sort of a day in the life. Producer Bill Weiner has announced that he has bought the rights to turn it into a musical. Now, I do really like the creative team. So the original screenwriter, Carol. Wow, that's a difficult name. Heikkinen. Anyway, she's going to write it.
Yeah.
She will craft the show's book, is what it says. She's crafting arts and crafts. But this is really cool. And an original score by Zoe Sarnak, who is the 2018 Jonathan Larson Grant winner, which means that she's an up-and-coming Broadway songwriter. So I do love that idea.
What a big gig for her right off
that's
the
amazing.
bat, man. That's
They're
awesome.
aiming for a 2020 stage premiere, which will be the film's 25th anniversary.
Very cool.
Joanne Villani wanted everyone to know that she is very attached to this
Yes,
project.
she's been quoting it.
Speaking of Chicago, we have a Q&A up with the West End Chicago star, Safina Gabrielle.
Yes, Safina Gabrielle.
I
yes,
thought it was Josephina, but
Oh, maybe,
I
but
don't know.
but yes, Ms.
She's
Gabrielle.
fabulous.
She played Roxy a bunch of times for a while, but now she's playing Velma Kelly in the production of Chicago, and she talks about all sorts of things. Cuba Gooding Jr. is over there playing Billy Flynn. She talks about working with him, coming off of the huge success of The People versus O.J. Simpson. She also talks about like how Chicago takes on a new meaning now that the United States has a reality TV show president, and what it's like to be part of that show in that era. She has all sorts of interesting things that I talked about. It's a great interview. Check it out and go see Chicago no matter where you live, whether it's in London or right here in New York in the United States.
Starring Valerie Simpson.
Yes.
We have a new vlog. We had a new vlog yesterday. We have a new vlog today. New vlogs all around. But this one, we're hitting the road with Waitress.
Yeah, we have a lot of vlogs.
We do. We have a lot of vloggers. Everyone wants to be a Broadway.com vlogger.
So Desi Oakley, who is taking Ryan's favorite musical, Waitress, from city to city across the country. She has a new vlog called...
What's it called?
Go ahead, say it.
It's Pie a la Road.
Love it.
Good. So good.
The first episode just went up. Actually, let me read what it says. It says, Desi says, "Hi, y'all. gives us a welcome in, no G, backstage tour and tries some Texas pie and more.
Yeah, they're in Dallas. So she filmed it in Dallas. They go to a famous pie shop. She eats pie a la mode with ice cream.
So how often do we get these vlogs?
These vlogs will be happening every other Friday. So the next episode will go up Friday, April 20th.
I hear she's fantastic.
She's incredible. She's a great Jenna.
She's great. All right, and finally, our Culturalist challenge this week is which beloved musical is due for a Broadway return?
Yeah, to give credit where credit's due, this was a Paul Wontorek idea. So because My Fair Lady is back on the boards and because Carousel is here, musical. Yeah, absolutely. So there's this fever to see these classic musicals again. And so we're asking you which one that hasn't been on Broadway in at least 10 years. So there's a 10-year mark. If it hasn't been here in 10 years, what would you like to see come back? And there are some great choices. Of course, Into the Woods, Rent.
Into the Woods is winning. PS.
Yeah, I was going to say. But Rent is going to give it a run for its money. Also, something like Hairspray, Beauty and the Beast, A Chorus Line, Dreamgirls, Funny Girl, The Full Monty. That's my top pick. I would love to see more Full Monty. But you get a say. You get to choose what you like. And some other good things. Mean Girls opening this Sunday at the August Wilson Theater. And there's a new Hello Dolly Gotta Dance feature. Matthew Murphy took photos of those Hello Dolly. Oh, and yes, Kyle filmed it all happening. He wants you to know. Yes, they look incredible.
Gorgeous photographs.
So yeah, check all that out.
So check all that out.
But I'm done.
Hey,
That's
Ryan,
it.
you're done.
I've got
Have
my
a great
cocktail.
weekend. Enjoy
Thank
the
you
rest
so
of your
much.
Mean Girls themed cocktail.
Thank you.
And Caitlin, why don't you tell us more about our fabulous guest?
All right, I would love to. Valerie Simpson, the music star who rose to fame alongside her late husband Nicholas Ashford as music team Ashford and Simpson, is currently starring in the hit revival of Chicago as matron Mama Morton. Writers and producers Ashford and Simpson first made their mark with celebrated duets Solid and Found a Cure. They crafted hit songs including the original versions of Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Your Precious Love, Ain't Nothing Like a Real Thing, and You're All I Need to Get By. The music and lyrics by Ashford and Simpson have been heard on Broadway in An Evening with Diana Ross and Motown the Musical. In 2002, Ashford and Simpson were inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Start sending in your questions because we know you always have good questions for Chicago fans. And we'll get to as many as we can. Please welcome Paul and Valerie.
Hi.
Hello, Paul.
I'm so happy you are here.
I'm thrilled.
You have such a great radio voice because you've done a DJ before.
I've done a little DJing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. You're working that mic. How are you?
I'm really excited about what I'm doing.
I was, when they announced that you were going in Chicago, I thought, no way. I never would have guessed that you'd be coming.
You said exactly what I said. No way. It fell in my lap. It really did.
Yeah.
It fell in my lap because I was just at a party for Clive Davis, and holding a glass of wine. And he says, Alicia Keys can't be here. Can you get up and just sing something? And just like that, when I got done, Barry Weissler, who I did not know, came over and said, I have this play on Broadway. And I could see you as Mama Morton.
What?
And I'm like, I can't even see that. But, he was right. But that just goes to show you sometimes people will see you in a bigger light than you see yourself.
You know what? I love that. And so what was the process like to actually get you up on the stage of the Ambassador? Was it an easy transition for you?
Well, they're very quick. 9 days, and they threw me up on the stage.
Right.
I thought I would get a little bit more preparation.
By all reports, it worked out. I hear you're fantastic.
I'm having a good time.
Okay.
And the audiences seem to like it.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, and I've been seeing a lot of your fans, because we're right next door. Our office is right next door, and I see a lot of your fans by the theater, which is cool.
I love it. And then when they threw my photo up in a big box by itself, I felt like, Cinderella from the Bronx,
You are from the Bronx.
I am.
You're a New York girl.
Yes.
So did you ever, when did you first, do you remember learning about Broadway as a kid? Or like the first,
Well,
did you
sure,
see any shows?
West Side
or?
Story and all kinds of good things like that. But I never envisioned myself here.
Right.
It was not in my trajectory at all, So I was always thinking, as a songwriter, of getting a song in the door, not myself. So that's why I couldn't see what Barry was saying when he saw me up there.
Yeah.
And then Mama Morton, she's like, feisty and
Sassy.
big and sassy. I'm like, what is he seeing in me that I'm not seeing in myself,
He's seeing star power. That's what he's saying.
Oh.
Yeah. So are you okay, let's talk about those crazy dancers. What is it like being in the building with those
I can't tell you how
bodies?
great it is to sit behind and watch these guys get up there and throw body parts in all kinds of ways. It's great, great fun, and I'm learning a lot. You know, it's a new experience, and I'm taking something home with me. Yeah.
What is different about singing these numbers? Obviously, you're very in character. Great songs, great Candor Neb songs. What's the difference between that and doing a concert and singing your own stuff?
Well, the lyric has to come through, you know, and it's not about riffing so much, you know, although I try to throw one in every now and then because I feel like they want a little bit of me. But
I
they
want the riff.
me.
I want the riff. I vote for the riff. Yeah, I'm in.
But, you know, I know what I got to do. And I think my years of church experience, you know, singing without a microphone helped me a great deal because I have a big voice.
Right.
So, and I don't need no microphone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think I know. Do you think you are naturally theatrical?
Well, I think I am a bit of a ham. I didn't realize that that until now. But if you give me a chance, yes, I can be all of that. Yeah.
Do you know what you meant to me, to a little 12-year-old boy in Connecticut? That Solid as a Rock was like my anthem. I don't know why. I don't know what the 12-year-old boy related to in this great love song, but...
Well, you know, I'm just glad it did, you know, and it continues to reach people. And that's what I like about A&S songs. Why? You know, Ain't No Mountain High Enough is 50 years old.
Those Motown
songs. So, you know what I
songs,
mean? That's forever.
Yeah,
it's
those Motown
special.
songs are amazing. Your husband, Nick, who's incredible, he died.
Yes, 2011.
Right. What's it been like since that? I know you've made music since then. What's it been like in the years after?
Well, what it's like is like you have to figure out, you know, what's next? What's the next chapter? I've done so many things already, so people are astounded that I still have things that I haven't done.
Right.
So actually, Clive Davis has been a great impetus for me because he always would put me next to somebody at a party that would mean something in my life. You know, Dave Koz was next to me, and then I ended up on a tour with him.
Wow.
So now it's, you know, Barry Weissler from Chicago, and now I'm on the stage. So I have to see where else, you know.
Wow, he knows how to mix
I told him if he
people
wants to collect his 10%, it's okay.
I love that. So who else is in the show right now? So Chaz Lamar Shepard went in.
Chaz is from my place, the Sugar Bar.
Oh,
he's been a regular there. I mean, he's also a Broadway
Your
star.
restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
and,
he was,
a lot of people sing there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you knew him.
I knew him very well. In fact, I announced in the Sugar Bar that I had gotten the job for Chicago. And he got on the stage and said, I see myself on that stage with you, Valerie. I see myself. And I'm like, how you going to make that happen? But his agent sent him up, and he walked in to Chicago the same night as me. Is that's scary
crazy.
Good?
That's incredible.
Great.
Wow.
And I'm watching him, and I'm so proud.
So how long? The Sugar Bar's been open a long, like
20 years.
Oh my God, 20 years. And what is
Have you not come by for the
I haven't
chicken?
been there.
Oh, please.
I was gonna say, what do I need to order? What's the go-to?
Well, the other night
I might go with Irene Gandy, your fabulous publicist, who's off camera,
Irene,
looking very
everything.
glamorous.
She knows everything. You come, we have great fried chicken, which I gave to the crew the other.
I'm sure they love that you're there.
Oh, they loved it. They loved it. Yeah.
Amazing. And then but you also have singers. You have like open mics and
open mic, yeah. Tuesdays, Thursdays, yeah. Wonderful singers,
Yeah.
How else can you get a Chaz Shepard?
Right. I love that. Look at you. You're casting Broadway shows up there.
I did it before with Color Purple, Elizabeth Withers.
Oh my!
Quincy
stop.
Jones called me,
I'm
and we
obsessed
put
with her.
She went from the Sugar Bar to the Broadway stage.
I did not know that.
So I'm used to doing it.
I love Elizabeth Withers so much in that show. I wanted her to win a Tony Award for that show. She was so incredible. Oh, I love her voice. Hey, Caitlin, are there any questions from the fans?
We do. David wants you to say, you're an amazing songwriter, all caps. Which contemporary artist inspire you?
Ooh.
Contemporary artists that inspire me. Well, I really got a kick out of seeing John Legend, as you were talking about Jesus Christ Superstar, the other night, stretching in a different kind of way. Because I remember him before he made it, sitting at a piano in somebody's apartment singing. So to see where he's gone from, and it's really all about stretching yourself and doing something different. Yeah, we know he can sing a hit song, But to see him do that, really, I thought it was amazing.
I'm sure so many people have crossed through your life before they made it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you saw so many people's careers grow over the time. That's nuts.
But, to get a chance to work with some of these great people,
Yeah.
To say that, yes, I did produce Marvin Gaye,
Yeah.
which was a great, great voice for all time,
Yeah.
It makes me feel really good. And to have worked closely with Whitney and so many great artists, I feel privileged.
Yeah. What else we got?
Laura wants to know, what is your favorite word in Cell Block Tango? We've never had this question. This is a good one. I think,
Oh, my
top
goodness.
6.
I don't have a favorite word in Cell Block Tango.
Does that mean like out of pop?
I think like
squish?
pop. Yeah, I think those.
Squish.
Squish.
You go with Squish?
6.
Okay, we'll go with Squish.
Squish is a good one. Joanne wants to know, are there any Broadway voices you'd love to hear take on some of your own songs?
Any Broadway voices? None comes to mind, but I tell you, sitting on the stage watching, because that show puts you on the
Yeah,
stage.
you sit on a chair and watch. Yeah.
I am, I'm taking notes, y'all. So just be aware, I'm taking notes.
Can you go to the bathroom? I've always wanted to know this. Are you stuck there? What if
You are stuck.
Okay, so you got to go ahead
are
of time.
stuck. You
Okay,
gotta
just
go
making
ahead.
sure. I don't know if doing an out. You never know.
We have a question of, what did you think of Motown Musical because it used some of your songs?
Well,
was that
I
experience like?
thought that I would have entrusted somebody else to tell some of the story. I think, Barry tried to, keep it,
Smooth it over a little
smooth
bit.
it over a little bit.
Some
You
of the
need
rough
somebody
edges.
a little more rough edges. I would have appreciated, but the music was phenomenal.
Well,
all
I'm
of
sure the
songs,
stories you could tell about all those legends.
yeah. Well,
That's the
Well.
musical.
What's the most surprising thing you've experienced during your run in Chicago?
how supportive the cast has been to me, because I'm coming from another lane. They could have been real snobby and real stuck up and really made it hard, but they were so embracing. Because I'm telling you, opening night, standing in the wings before I went out, I was like, where's my car? Is there a way I can escape? Because I was that nervous, because
Wow.
I just felt like, I'd never done this,
Wow.
and they really just carried me through and continue.
That's cool.
What would your late amazing husband, Nick Ashford, have thought of this turn in your career?
I think he is cheering me on. I know he's cheering me on. I have two angels. I have Nick Ashford and Maya Angelou, and they both cheer me on constantly. And when I'm in doubt, because I don't think the veil between here and there is that great, so I'm really receptive to it. So I get little signals about what to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just gotta listen to them, right?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta open yourself up to listen to the signals.
I love. All right, and final question from the audience: do you have a favorite cover or version that you've heard of "I'm Every Woman"?
Oh, well, there's
Well,
some,
I
there's some
absolutely,
amazing ones.
it was written for Shaka Khan. We
Yes.
wrote it for Shaka.
Yeah.
When she was leaving Rufus, her group. So I love her version, but I love the fact that when Whitney Houston, out of respect, when she did it and put it in The Bodyguard, ka-ching, ka-ching. when she did that, she made a video, and she put Shaka in it and me
Yes.
as well. So,
Yes.
and she was pregnant. It was a wonderful time in her life. So I was glad to be there during that period with her.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was like,
Yeah.
things like that mean a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Like honoring the past and making something new all at once. I mean, that's the best thing
That's
an
respect.
artist can do.
That's respect.
You also, didn't you guys also get a songwriting credit on Amy Winehouse?
Yeah, Tears Dry on their own.
Yeah. Because
Well, because it's the music of Ain't No Mountain High
right,
Enough that she
right.
wrote in
That might be a ka-ching, ka-ching too. I'm just
Yeah, very much
ka-ching,
so.
ka-ching. I love to think about the ka-ching, ka-ching. So you're in the show. What? Two more till the 22nd.
2 more, yeah, April 22nd.
Okay.
Is my final.
Cool.
And then I'm on party.
Oh.
Because, when you do this, you got to clean up.
Right.
No more wine.
Okay, so
Yes,
what's
no
happening
more
on the
champagne.
23rd or the night of the 22nd?
Baby, I don't even know. I'll be out like a light. Having a good time.
I love it. You're gonna live it up.
Indeed.
Well, I love that you've done this. I love that you came to Broadway, and it's really special for fans like me to get to see
Thank you.
to see you on the block. I get to walk by your picture every day after work.
I love it.
Thank you so much for being here, guys. Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
All right. Thank you all so much for watching Live at 5 today. You know the drill. Right after this, you can download this episode as well as any other episode of Live at 5 on our podcast, the Live at 5 podcast to be exact. And tune in next week as we are joined with stars from Wicked, Hello Dolly, The Band's Visit, so many other great shows on Broadway right now. Have a great weekend, everyone. See ya.